Hello, today I'm going to show you how to parse JSON from Coinbase's API so you can get the current price of Bitcoin into your own app. And here's a sample of the app we'll be creating. We're going to focus on the spot rate and having a timer countdown to when the price will refresh. So let's go ahead and create a new Xcode project. We'll use a single view application. We'll call it Coinbase. Save it to our desktop, and let's go into our storyboard and set up our UI. So basically what we'll need is a couple labels that will be updated. So this will be the spot price label, and this will be updated with the price we pull from the API, as well as a countdown timer which will tell us the seconds until the price is updated again. And what we will do is connect these labels, we'll turn them into IB outlets by holding Control and dragging them over to the interface section of our implementation file. And we'll call this we'll call this price label, and we will call this the countdown label. Alright, and let's switch over to our view controller implementation file, and we're going to create some methods. We'll call this one getPrice, and this is where we will create a dictionary of our JSON data. And to do so, we will start off with creating an NS URL. And the URL we're going to be using is the spot rate, which we can find over at coinbase.com/API. So we want to pull this data, and if we put it into our browser here, we can see that we get an amount and a currency. So we'll paste that in. And next we will make a NS URL request. Call that request. And we'll pass in the URL. And then we will make a NS URL connection and send asynchronous request, the request. Q will be on the main thread. And for our completion handler, we're going to use a block. Close that out. So in this block, we're going to create a dictionary inside an if statement. So if there is no error, if error equals nil, we will create that dictionary. Now that we have a dictionary with the data loaded in it, we will update the label. And with the object for key, if we go back to our API request here, The key we want is the amount. And we're actually going to append a space because we're going to have a amount and also a US dollar amount, and this string by appending string is just to space those two strings out. String by appending string, and we will pass in the currency. And close that off. All right, so now we have a dictionary with our JSON data, and in this block we are updating the price label text with the data from the dictionary. Now what we have to do is set up a countdown timer. So let's create a new method, call it countdown, and what this will do is update the countdown label so we can see when the next price will come in. And to do so, we need to set up a integer, we'll call it counter, and every single time this countdown method is called, we want to make the value of counter go down 1, counter minus minus, and we want to update that countdown label. String with format, we want to pass in the counter value, and we'll throw in an if statement. If the counter equals 0, we want to reset the counter, and we also want to refresh the value, so we will just call get price. Now in order to call our countdown method, we'll go back into the viewDidLoad method, and we will schedule a timer. So first off, we need to, let's do it every 10 seconds. So our counter starts off with a value of 10, and we will create an NS timer with an interval of 1 second, and we will target self selector at selector countdown, and user info nil repeats yes, because we want to call that every second. So basically what this will do is every 1 second this NS timer will call countdown. The countdown will make the counter decrease by 1, and we will set the countdown label to that value, and when the counter reaches 0, we will reset the counter and also call the getPrice method. So let's see if this works. Now the value won't update until we count down from 10, because we on viewDidLoad we didn't call the getPrice method, so it'll wait 10 seconds before we actually get a price. 3, 2, 1, boom, and we get the price of the Bitcoin. Let's actually make this a little bit bigger here so we can actually see that it appends the US dollar amount. 9, 8, 7. And there we go. Well, actually I made a mistake here, but every 15 seconds it'll count down from and update the price. And that's it. Hope you liked the tutorial. Thanks for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. And if you really enjoyed it, you can tip me at this Bitcoin address or the address in the description. Thanks.